I tell you, it's fun to watch that group play. They are, they're really special, man. How they like playing together, sharing the ball. You know, you got skilled shooters with skilled passers. It's just fun to watch. And, you know, thought they handled their business. Um, you know, I guess 7 guys in double figures is a record. But you think about how we pass it and the number of different guys who can make a shot. We may do it a couple times this year. You know, I think we were close before. But quick turnaround, you know, quick turnaround with a team that'll think they can get us just like they got the Hoosiers on Tuesday night.
Mike, Steve, the story was saying that what you have coming up here in the next 3 games is kind of like going to the ACC tournament. You know you're going to play a good team every time out. Just what your thoughts are on this stretch coming up.
Well, we're focused really on Fort Wayne. You know, I mean, I had a couple people text me over the weekend, wow, Villanova's going to be number 1. And I don't really want to respond to that because I got a game on Tuesday night against a team that has already beaten Indiana and is very confident. And it would be a resume win for us because Fort Wayne is probably going to be a top 100 RPI game. So I also said, and no disrespect to who we played to date, they may be the best team we've played, given their frame of mind, their confidence. They've got some older transfers. Maybe they're the best team we've played on Tuesday night. So, you know, we'll dig into them quickly tomorrow with the guys, and then you got some time to prepare for the one on Saturday afternoon.
Mike, I want to talk about toughness a little bit. You used to have tough players, and then you had tough teams. Now it seems like you have a tough program. Could you just kind of talk about the evolution of that?
Yeah.
And I think I kind of know when the light switch hit, but could you
Yeah.
address that for me?
Well, you know, you know, one of the things I've liked about them, Todd, is, you know, we've become a mentally tough group, you know, and I think when you've been part of back-to-back Elite Eights, you have a nucleus that's been part of back-to-back Elite Eights, and, you know, it's funny, when people mention back-to-back Elite Eights, they forget kind of, we just threw in an ACC championship in there in Tobacco Road, beating Duke and Carroll. Let's just throw that in there, you know. That gets you to believe. That gets you really to believe, you know, and how we've won games with this nucleus coming back and stealing wins. They always believe they have a chance. Obviously, the Northwestern game was the best example of that. And then even the Iowa game, there were, you know, game pressure. They almost kind of like being in those situations. But experiences help. And, you know, I think some of the guys, we maybe have had more of a collection of mentally tough guys than we've had in the past. There's more of them on a 12-man roster or 14-man roster than we've had maybe before.
How much of that do you look for on the recruiting trail? Is
Yeah.
that something that's kind of developed?
No, you really do. You've heard me talk about I-95 edge, and you know TJ Gibb is the latest example of a guy who's got a great edge about him, and you know comes off that corridor back there. Obviously, our New Jersey guys, all 3 of them, you know, have got some stuff on them, and you know I love that about him. Bonzi, you know, always had that when we watched him. And you know what's been interesting to watch VJ develop some of that. He did not have that when he came to us. But you know, when you play with other guys that got it, you know, you kind of pick up on it a little bit. But I think Mooney and Burns both have it. And, you know, they're young and they're not getting a great shot right now, but you feel good about down the road. I think Torres has developed that, being around some guys that had a lot of it. But there's a great belief. And, you know, and that, you know, that's 90% of it.
Most coaches raise across the board now, the rest of the way starting Tuesday. How much do you guys really need that right now where you had to say, okay, let's challenge ourselves here the rest of the month?
Yeah, and you know, I love what's coming at us. I mean, you know, I just told our guys, I mean, we can't get ahead of ourselves on what's going on next Saturday because Fort Wayne is, you know, is really good. I think I mentioned, I don't know if you heard me, Tom, maybe they're the best team we played. And it'd be a great RPI win for us. So, but I think, you know, we need it, what's coming. And our guys are excited about it. And I'm excited about evaluating us up until Christmas with what's coming at us.
Mike, have you ever seen I mean, your free throw shooting's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's you know, it's great because you know you got, you know, Mooney gets in there and those guys come in and they're kind of cold and they go right to the line and knock down two. But I think that's a little contagious now too. But watching us this summer when we would do some free throw stuff, I thought we could be really good. We're better than we thought, and now there's amazing confidence right there. I mean, if we miss, I bet the crowd will just walk out of the building. We've spoiled it. They'll just get up and walk out.
DJ started slow again, and then he really picked up in the second half.
Yeah. I thought he tried to force a few things against their zone and, didn't get stuff. But at least he stayed in it, and it all comes back around to guys. If you just hang in there, it comes back around. We obviously have enough guys who can score where just don't force anything, hang in there. I thought he forced a couple. He got a little frustrated. But, I was proud of how he kind of composed himself, and then in the second half got off to a good start for us.
And you've talked before about Rex and TJ and the energy they kind of bring with Austin. In the past few years, have you had guys in that 6, 7, 8?
Yeah, probably not like this group. No, never. We haven't. Maybe never in my career. You come off with Rex and TJ with the edge that they're playing with right now. Torres gives you that too. I mean, and even Matt Ryan, we know he can shoot it, but he sticks his nose in there and rebounds and flies around a little bit. But Rex and TJ give you, and Torres, they give you like a great energy boost and defensive boost when they're in there.
Mike, Kevin's playing pretty well, but he's taken himself off the floor with fouls outside of the lane, short of a shot collar, I suppose. How do you work through that?
He's frustrated, and I need to get to him. I talked to him a little bit on the bench, and he's got to give himself up a little bit. He's our physical guy. I don't want him to back off. Some of them probably, maybe one or two of them, he could have just, he didn't have to chop a guy. But we need him to be physical, and I think we're going to have to ride with that, and because he gives us a presence down there, and he did it the other night, Tuesday. When some guys bounce off him, it kind of, you mark your territory a little bit, and the offshoot is he gets in some foul trouble. Now he got his fourth. I didn't want to take him out because he's doing what we're asking him to do. Let him play for a while, but I still like to see him get a little closer to 18 minutes, because I think he gives us great stuff. I'll tell you the one thing he's doing, he's really passing the ball. The guy is moving the ball. He just finds people, and I don't want him to be discouraged because we need him, but what's neat is, we've been able to put somebody else in there, and they've been able to, continue to give us a presence.
Bench points still overrated.
But look at that, bet 45-2. I should tweet that out, after my comment about the most overrated. Look at that, 45-2. Bolanos is going to be all over me about this in about 20 minutes. It's again, I'm 29 assists, and we started off with a lot. We started off with about 3 or 4 turnovers in the first 4 minutes, and then you only end with 8. And you're playing a lot of guys. That's what I've always loved about this group. We're playing a lot of guys. Guys are catching and touching the ball in different places, and you're still really, really good with the ball. Love that for us, and I love the challenges that await us this week.
Is that what makes this team different, Mike? Is that you are playing so many players as opposed to maybe previous teams?
Yeah, that's probably we're deeper. There's no question, Tom. We feel good about 9 guys, and really Elijah and Johnny have been great in practice. It's hard to get them in there, but we really feel good about those 9 guys. You want to get them all through in the first half and kind of see where the wind's blowing and how guys are doing. Now, the other night against Iowa, we didn't play as many guys because some of those bench guys maybe weren't in as good a rhythm. But when we can get them in there, and especially a TJ, like when you take a TJ Torres and Pfluger, they give you such a lift defensively. They just fly around. They kind of wear a team down and wear maybe other good players down. Some of the individual defensive plays Rex made tonight, I don't know if other people in the country can do that. I mean, he just stays in front of guys and he blocks your shot. And I mean, he's just a pain to deal with. And TJ's toughness, Torres flying around, and then, Ryan's a different kind of weapon. You slide him in, and if he's got a look, that was the quietest 17. I looked down and said, I know he had 17, just quiet 17. But love our rotation at 9, and, you see how you go, night to night. We're pretty fresh. We've been smart about not practicing crazy long. We're trying to keep our guys fresh, and I think we're doing a pretty good job of that right now.
Do you think this team has a chance to be one of your better defensive teams?
I do, I really do. I mean, you know, we've been consistently keeping people under 40 field goal percentage defense for the most part. That's been pretty good. We really know how to play and rotate and help off of each other. I think we can keep people to one and done when we really concentrate on it. But I think it is because they think they are. And you know, you got to have some of that. But it's really helped us. We've rallied to be a good defensive group. The group that starts has improved as a defensive unit. They play well together, and then the guys you bring off the bench kind of give you some really good individual defense and flying around stuff. So I think we can continue to do it, and you know, for us to have success with what's coming at us, we're going to have to guard and rebound.
And off to your best start, or match to your best start.
Yeah.
But unranked, do you think you're kind of overlooked a little bit, even though what you've done the past
You know
few
what's
years?
interesting? I was thinking today, and obviously, you know, people were talking about Villanova's going to be number one and everything, and you know, they lost two guys off a team, but they won the national championship. Yet, you know, they were picked very high, and rightfully so. And we lost two guys off. You know, they lost two guys off a team that had the best year last year. I lost two guys off a team that had the best 2 years in a row, and we still had some guys back. So, you know, I love the fact that they left us so low, and I doubt that'll happen tomorrow. Maybe we slide in there, which would be great, you know, and deserved. But we had a little more up here than the ACC coaches know. If you look at you know, we had a little more here than everybody thought, but that's okay. Shh, lay low, lay low.
Only undefeated team left in the ACC.
Only one in the ACC, I know. I mean, we'll take that and run with it, man. I mean, we've really put ourselves in a great position. I mean, we've handled our business. We talked about tonight and Tuesday as a segment to finish, and then we can get some rest on Wednesday and talk about a one-game shot against the defending national champion on Saturday. Just a great one for us. And then obviously Purdue down in Indy. So, you know, again, there's a great vibe about them. Good, you know, they're ready for the next level of challenges, and here they come. Thanks, guys. Merry Christmas.